Hello everyone, this is Lord Westley returning for another live commentary video, and this time it's going to be one of chess, and I will be commanding the black pieces against mjroach, who is 1066. I am for some reason at 1200. I actually have not played chess in a very long time. Wow, what is this guy doing? He's going to move his bishop here, try to take out my king in a 4 move checkmate. That's fine. I can easily counter that. Or lose my pawn, that works too. Let's see if he wants to trade queens. I kept him if I didn't see that. And he does want to trade queens. And now I'm in a losing position. Crap. Well, I suppose I have more pieces developed than he does, which is of course good. And look, free pawn, yay! I like free pawns, they're so nice. Push pawn here maybe, threaten my knight to get me pushed back. Yeah, I haven't played chess in a very long time, and truth of the matter is I kind of suck at chess. I used to be really good. I used to play competitively while I was in high school. Sure, let's just mess up his pawn structure. Yes, I played tournament chess all 4 years of high school. I got pretty good at it. I wasn't awesome, but I was a pretty good player. But I've gotten significantly worse since then because I stopped playing essentially. So yeah, that is an issue. Let's push a pawn here, get my bishop out. Yeah, so let's see how this turns out. Huh. Right, I capture, knight comes in, and then he can get a free piece here, so I'm not going to capture. What I'm going to do instead is push. No, if I push my pawn, my bishop gets blocked. Let's just do this. Right. I'm playing a 30-minute game because 10 minutes is just too little for me. I'm used to playing longer games. In tournament chess, each player gets 30 minutes, I believe. So the game could last an hour. I currently work as a proctor at for the United States Chess Federation, working their tournaments here in the Central Valley. Sure, capture knight, mess up some more pawns. And I'm gonna go ahead and castle queenside, because it looks like I messed up his king side, and seems like a good idea. Right, and I'm gonna go ahead and capture here. He's going to capture here. I'm going to bring my rook out and capture his pawn if he doesn't protect it properly with his bishop, which should be a decent move, but chances are he will, in which case I'll just keep threatening his bishop or something of that sort. Let's see what he does. Oh, check. That's not a bad move either. It's okay. Push me further into a defensive position. That's good for my king. So whatever, mjroach. And he pushes back. That's not too bad. And let's move my rook here so I can get a discovered check on his king if he doesn't castle. Which I hope he doesn't. If I can check him right now, he'll be forced to move his king, which means he will not be able to castle anymore, which means oh crap, and he castled. Wonderful. Let's see, what can I do with my knight here? Not very much. Let's move here. Why not? Right, so he has a bishop that's not going to be opposed by any other bishop, and we call that a monster. And he gets a fork. That's fine as well. He's going to mess up my pawns. That sucks. If he takes my knight, that is. Which means like he will be open to attack. I won't be as defended as I would like, but I think I'll survive. Let's see what he does. Taking his time. Yeah, so he'll take here, I'll take back. Right. See what he does now. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pawns. So he is ahead by 1 pawn, and he has better structure. His king is better defended than mine. So I would say he's winning the game, even without the extra pawn. Okay, now he's going to threaten my pawn here, which is fine. I'm just going to capture. We call that a Christmas, where you get a free piece. I normally, I also teach chess, and I've been teaching chess for several years. The unfortunate part is I actually haven't played chess. I don't normally play my students. I normally just teach the lesson and let them play each other. So I've kind of suck because of that. And also I can't play as hard as I normally would. Simply because I shouldn't win against my students as much, and the more important thing is to make sure they get the lesson, and I think I've done alright with that. I'm gonna move here. I know it's exposing my king, but I don't want to lose my rook right now. We still have a good deal of time here, but that's fine. I did try playing a 10-minute match, and the time just went too fast, and I just ended up losing on time because I'm not a very fast player. I used to be. Oh my goodness. In high school I used to play without a chessboard, which was pretty intense. But I no longer have that ability. No longer can play as well as I used to, but that's fine. What's he gonna do? Why there? Why did you move there? Are you trying to protect something? Or is he gonna double stack his rooks? No, he's gonna checkmate. Oh, he's going for a checkmate. He comes here, I'm forced to come here, then he goes here and checks my king, so I can move my king here, or I can just push my rook back. And I think I like the king move here, even though it kind of leaves this pawn unprotected. That way he can't just come back and start dictating moves to me. Because if he manages to keep an offensive on me, then it essentially means that he's in control of the game, and I need to get on the offensive. The problem is I don't want him to get the offensive, so I have to really take a detour from the main objective, which is his king, of course. Yeah, I did teach advanced students at one point in time, where I essentially had a class to myself. I normally try not to teach the advanced students because my chess coach was fantastic. He was actually responsible for starting chess in the Central Valley, which was amazing. He had a major start with it. He was responsible in big part for that, so he's a big name in the community. But he always took a more relaxed view of chess, so he never really gave us formal lessons. And I mean, he encouraged it, but he never forced us to do anything that we weren't entirely comfortable with. He's gonna take my pawn, so I'm gonna capture here. That way my rook will still be open for this. Right, so he might take this pawn. Yeah, he's gonna take the pawn. I'm not comfortable with having my rook leave just yet, so I'm gonna push my king up here. That way he can't check me. My dogs are getting excited because they know my brother's home. If you can hear them, I don't know. I just thought you might be able to. Anyhow, yeah, I normally teach intermediate level and sometimes beginners. But yeah, I tend to stick with beginner. My boss slash employer slash awesome friend is actually really good at chess. He currently his chess team actually won the national championship last year, and so they made a newspaper. They got certificates from the California Senate and House of Representatives, and got to meet with our senators, which was amazing. Oh crap, okay, so what is he doing here? Yeah, I don't really care for that. That's not really that great of a move. Because I think I'm going to come here and just threaten it. See what he does, and then I'll come up behind it, and he basically won't be able to respond properly. Because he can't defend the pawn the entire way. Shut up, crazy dogs. Okay, and I'm just going to come behind it. Essentially, he's going to have to move his rook eventually. Or he can just keep pushing pawns, but I don't think I'm too worried about that. Because I could just keep moving up and down. There is a chance that he might be able to trap my rook, but I don't think he will. And I need to start focusing on pushing my pawns over here as well, because they are what we call passed pawns. There's no other pawns to oppose them, and essentially he only has 2 rooks as well. And I have the pawn lead, so I should definitely take advantage of that fact. That's fine too. Now he's given me this free pawn. Yeah, and I'm gonna take it. Let's see what happens. Alright. Yeah, okay. What should I do here? Let's push a pawn. He can't protect his pawn, so this should be fun. Yay! In reality, I think the highest rating I ever got was like 1207, and that was my senior year. I mean, things kind of got intense then, and I mean that isn't really high. I mean, especially by today's standards. Today's standards, kids are tremendously good at chess. I work at the chess tournament, so I mean I've seen them, and they are just amazingly high up there. I mean they are. I mean average rating back in my day was 900. If you were 1,000, you're really good, and then, you know, I got to 1,200, but now 1,100 is fairly common. I mean, granted, there's still kids who aren't doing so well, but yeah, it's amazing. Let's see if he'll go for it. If he takes that pawn, I'll capture his rook. Yeah, but then I'll leave this undefended. That's a good point. And I'll have to sacrifice my rook for his pawn. I'll still be ahead. What's he gonna do? Yeah, okay, I'm kind of regretting this move now, because if he takes, I'll have to take here. I guess he can capture a pawn. If he moves his... Yeah, I'm gonna lose a move, and he's gonna be able to get his rook out. And if he does that, then he can push his pawn, and by the time my rook gets back over here, it's gonna be too late. I could go on a checking spree, but that might prove dangerous. Okay, so let's see. If I go check... No, because they don't just threaten my rook. Yeah, I just have to kind of work with this here. Let's see, what should I do here? I'm gonna have to sack my rook. Sack means sacrifice. Give up my rook. I mean, I'll still come out ahead. It's just, it's gonna be a longer game than I wanted it to be. I mean, I have to do this. He's gonna push, and I'm gonna have to take his pawn because it's gonna be a queen, which sucks. But I still have the pawn lead, so I'm essentially gonna have 1 rook and 4 pawns, and he's gonna have 1 rook and 1 pawn against my king and my 4 pawns and my 1 rook. So let's see if he does it. He does. I'm gonna take, of course. Not even gonna take time to think about that. And I'm sure he saw that coming, but it's not a bad trade for him. Essentially, however, he is down on pieces, so he shouldn't be trading, and that's fine for him, I guess, or for me. I don't know why he's taking time to think about this. Okay, good. So now he's gonna have to focus on these pawns, which I will try to defend as well, because if I can get 1 advanced, yeah, I'm just gonna push here. That way I can get my rook behind it and hopefully be able to protect it properly. I don't care. I figured I was gonna lose a pawn, and then I'm gonna start pushing my pawns up with my king here against this 1 pawn. So we'll see how that works. Alright, he's gonna do that, which I should have figured was gonna happen. Yeah, I'm totally willing to trade rooks here, especially if he gives me control of these. He's giving me a head start on his pawn up here, which is fine. And yeah, I'm just gonna get the head start on this pawn. Yeah, gonna trade, and now he's pretty much lost the game because I can now win this pawn and get my pawns up ahead. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, he can't catch up. He can't really do anything now. So this game is essentially mine. Yeah, and you always want to advance your pawns with your king in the end game. At the last chess lesson, which was last week, we had our kids play four-way chess, which was... Oh! Right. Of course. Yeah, he still can't win. My king is too far ahead for him to be able to win this. He can't catch up. And unfortunately for him, I know how to checkmate with a rook and a queen. So he's gonna move here. I'm just gonna move up. Yeah, and now my pawn's got a free pass all the way up to C1, which means it will become a queen, which means this game is pretty much over. So let's see if he resigns at all. Or maybe he's gonna hope that I don't know how to checkmate with queen. Or that I'll run out of time, although I am ahead. Yeah, it's funny, when I had 10 minutes, I was struggling for time. Now I have 30 minutes, and I still haven't even come close to 10. Now he's running away. Best thing to do in this situation is for his king to try and stay in the middle. Because the chances of getting a stalemate are really low. Because there's just one queen and a king. And we're going to move here. Normally you want to follow the king in an L shape, a knight. So you move there, so you just go here. Stay a knight's move away. And eventually he'll just corner himself. And yeah, we'll just keep following him like that. I guess I could have been more forceful, but that's okay. Yeah, and eventually I'm going to need to get my king over, because I can't checkmate with one piece alone. Nobody can. You'll need at least like several of their pieces on one of yours, or several of yours and none of theirs, or something of that sort. Yeah, so we're just gradually getting him closer to the edge here, and there really isn't anything else I can do. Yeah, see, now he's just coming far more constrained, and you got to be careful here not to get the stalemate, which is basically where the king is not in check but he has no moves. So yeah, so now he's essentially got just gonna be pushed this way, and you got to give him at least 2 squares to move, so he doesn't, you know, get the stalemate in the draw, because this should be a win, and I'm not going to get a stalemate on this game because that'd be retarded. So you still got these 2 squares, right? And this is it. I'm not going to move my queen anymore until I get my king over. Right. So move the king, and he's just got to move back. I don't know what he's worried about. Yeah, he can't attack my queen, and he can't get out. So once I get my king here, I can just bring my queen to this square, and it'd be checkmate. Yay! This game is done. Let's see if he resigns. No? Okay, checkmate. Awesome. Good game to mjroach. I should mention I'm playing on chess.com. Yes, this was awesome. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions about my videos or how to make them better, please let me know. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.